I don't know about you, but when I wake up in the morning, my body feels pretty stiff. So I like to do a few really quick stretches to open things up and get the circulation going. So I thought I would share some of my favorites, and I hope that it works for you. So assume you are in your kitchen and you're waiting for your coffee to brew or your tea to steep. Take your kitchen chair, bring your hands onto the back of the chair and put your arms on it, step your feet back, and just take a moment to stretch all the spine muscles, the shoulder muscles, and keep moving your feet back as far as they can go so that they line up right up underneath your hips, and press against the chair with your hands and push away with your hips, and take a couple of long, full, deep breaths. This feels fantastic. Stretches the shoulders, stretches the hips, lets tension from the night's sleep out of your body. I love it. And then slowly you can come up. So because the neck and the shoulders have been, for most of us, really stiff, you could actually sit on your chair. Why don't we do it that way? You can sit on your chair or stand, it doesn't really matter. You're going to put your hands on your shoulders and squeeze your elbows towards one another. And then start to slowly bring your elbows right up towards the ceiling. And then point your elbows right out towards the sides of the room, and then all the way down towards the floor. And then keep going. So start by pulling your elbows together. This is going to separate your shoulder blades at the back, and then pull your elbows right up towards the ceiling. This elevates your shoulder blades, and then point your elbows out to the sides. That's going to pull your shoulder blades towards each other, towards the spine, and then pull your elbows down to the floor to depress them, and then go in the opposite direction. So I tend to do about 5 of these circles in both directions. Really feels fantastic to wake things up and open up the hips. Open up the shoulders. Good. And then to open up the hips, what I like to do is 2 things. One is a lunge, so I'm holding on to the back of my chair. I step 1 foot forward, 1 step back, 1 foot back. Send that back leg as far back as you can. Draw up from the front of that hip flexor and just go into a nice stretch. So for most of us, we're spending a lot of our time sitting right now. So getting these hip flexors open, especially first thing in the morning, great way to bring some tissue opening into that space, breathing into it. And then from there, when you straighten your legs, you can just slowly bring your weight forward and let your chest come down towards the front leg, both legs straight. And you'll get a big stretch into the back of the front leg, and you can lift your toes, and that'll give the back of your thigh a big stretch. Change legs. So you've got a nice deep lunge, 90-degree angle if you like in the front leg. Back leg is straight. Hip flexor pulls up, glute is on, and we're holding and breathing and just letting that stretch open up the front of the thigh. Feels terrific, especially as we awaken. And then straightening both legs, setting up your legs so that you can balance, and then slowly letting your chest come forward towards your thigh, pulling the toes away from the floor to get the stretch in the calf. And then release. And then you can be holding on to your chair or not. You'll stand with one leg on the ground, the other leg comes up off the ground, and we're just going to make a hip circle. So this is just a really nice way to bring some gentle mobility into the hip joint. Again, because most of us are spending all this time sitting at our computers all through the day, getting much less time moving, getting the hips going is really important. I'll just move my chair across to the other side. So you could hold on, but you can also challenge your balance and not hold on, so that you can do this hip circle by balancing on one leg, going the other way, breathing all the way through and then down. One last stretch. I like to put my hands on the back of my chair, standing with my feet about hip width apart, and I'm going to send my chest forward and up and open up my upper back area. So putting the arms on the back of the chair allows your chest to open. You open all the way across your shoulders, allow your chin to rise. Take a couple of big breaths here, opening things up and letting it go. And that's it. So that feels great. You've got everything starts to get some circulation going, and then your body feels a little bit more ready to get you going with your day. Thank you so much. I hope that was helpful.